Can't remember, but we were talking about, not negotiating with the inner victim you have. So, I mean, I used to have long internal debates about absolutely everything I wanted to do. Things like why I couldn't work out today, why, this opportunity is not right for me, why it made sense to put off some difficult conversation, why I deserve to take it easy after a long week. Like that stream of consciousness hits your brain constantly. And I thought I was being thoughtful and reasonable with myself, like, so it's kind of like, but the real, or I should say, what I was really doing is I was just negotiating with the part of my brain that wanted to avoid anything uncomfortable. This inner voice, we all have it. It's incredibly persuasive. It sounds logical to you. It's got great reasons for why you should wait, why you should take the easier path, right? Why you're justified in not following through. And it's not dramatic or obviously destructive. It's just constantly advocating for the option that requires less from you, right? The bitch voice that we like to call it. And every time you engage with it, you're training yourself to find reasons why you can't do what you know you should be doing, right? And here's what a negotiation sounds like in real life for you. For example, you set your alarm at 6 a.m. to work out, right? When it goes off, the voice starts with what immediately? You didn't sleep well. You should prioritize rest. You can work out tomorrow instead. Missing one day won't matter, right? You have to decide that conversation with your boss about the workload, right? Or you decide to have one, excuse me. And then the voice chimes in, the same shit when you're talking to your boss or about to, right? This isn't the right time. Maybe he's stressed about his quarterly earnings, right? You should wait until things calm down. You don't want to come off as demanding, right? Something as simple as like committing to cooking dinner instead of ordering takeout. The voice provides you options, man. You had a long day, bro. Don't worry about it. You deserve to relax. No, cooking takes too much time. Diet starts Monday. I'll eat better next week. Let me just order out, right? And do you notice how reasonable this all sounds? And that's the trap. This isn't your conscience giving you good advice. This is your comfort zone trying to keep you exactly where you are. The problem isn't that the voice exists. The problem is that you treat it like a legitimate negotiating partner instead of what it actually is. It's the part of your brain that wants to avoid effort, growth, and discomfort, right? You wouldn't negotiate with a toddler at bedtime, and you wouldn't debate with an alcoholic whether they should have another drink. But you'll spend 20 minutes internally debating whether you should do the thing you're already committed to doing. Right? Every negotiation strengthens the voice. Every time you engage with its arguments, you're teaching your brain that your commitments are basically optional and that your decisions are up for debate all the time. Think about how debilitating that is to making decisions. Meanwhile, the things that you actually want, for example, like better health is one of them that we all wish for, stronger relationships or, career progress. Guys are always wanting to move up to management or get a promotion or, right, ask for better pay, whatever it is, financial security all around. Basically, it requires you to consistently do things that this voice will argue against. Everything I just mentioned, from the health to the financial security. Everything, man. This is what you pretty much need to do. Just say, I hear you. I'm doing it anyway. That's the script. It's really that simple. This is how you hack your own brain and take control of your consciousness. When the voice starts talking to you, when you have a simple decision to make, just say, I hear you. I'm doing it anyway. Acknowledge it and move on. So it's not like, you make good points, but none of that shit. No, maybe tomorrow would be better, but no, you're right. This is difficult and I'm going to do it anyway. You acknowledge the action, say it to yourself. I hear you. I'm doing it anyway, right? You're not being harsh with yourself. It's just recognizing that some conversations don't actually need to happen inside your head. Some internal debates are just delays disguised as deliberation. Fear of failure is one of them. Yeah. And when the voice says, I'm too tired to work out, don't argue about energy levels or sleep quality or any bullshit like that. Just say, I hear you. I'm just doing it anyway, right? When the voice says that it's not the right time for a difficult conversation, don't analyze timing or the circumstances, any of that shit. I hear you. I'm going to do it anyway, right? When it says, relax, bro, you deserve to relax. You've been working too long on that project. You deserve some rest, right? I hear you, but I'm going to do it anyway. You have to train your mind like this. It's the only way, because the magic happens when you stop treating every impulse to avoid, as a valid concern that needs to be addressed. So most of the time you already know what you should do. Every one of us does. If I pulled you aside and really asked you one on one, and bro, where are you at in life right now? What are some of the things that are bothering you? And let's cut through the bullshit. What do you actually have to do? You actually have an answer. Every single person here knows exactly what they should be doing. Yeah. And then that little voice, it's not providing new information. It's just trying to talk you out of doing what you already decided was important. Right? Your workout plan doesn't need to be fucking debated every single morning. Your commitment to eating better doesn't need to be reevaluated every time you pass a fucking drive-through. And your decision to save money doesn't need to be reconsidered every time you see something you want, right? These are all settled matters in your brain. That like ongoing internal debate is just your comfort zone renegotiating terms you already agreed to. And this approach works because it eliminates the exhausting mental back and forth that drains your willpower before you even start something. So instead of spending energy on internal arguments, you spend it on action. You know, instead of convincing yourself why you should do something, just fucking do it. And don't sit there debating whether today is the right day. You make today the right day by simply showing up. The voice doesn't disappear immediately, but it gets quieter when it realizes you're not interested in negotiating anymore. And sometimes it might never be gone at all. It's always there, always waiting for you to feel a moment of weakness or comfort or whatever it is. So your brain is incredibly efficient at this kind of shit. When it learns that internal arguments don't work, it stops wasting energy on them. You know, it'll realize that you're going to do what you're committed to doing regardless of how you feel. There's no more talking you out of this shit. So this is how you build like the genuine self-discipline. It's not by finding more motivation or watching the sickest video of some guy living his fucking dream life or any of that stupid shit. It's just removing the internal debate that prevents action in a man. And the guys who actually follow through on their commitments aren't the ones with the most willpower, you guys. They're not some fucking, gifted machines. They're just the ones who learn to recognize the difference between legitimate concerns and comfort zone negotiation, right? We have to specify the difference of like what is a legitimate concern. Something like I might be getting sick and I should rest, right? A comfort zone negotiation is I'm a little tired and I could use the extra sleep. A legitimate concern would be this opportunity might not align with my values. And a comfort zone negotiation to that would be this opportunity feels scary. I'm not sure I'm ready, right? One last one would be like this expense might strain our budget. And the comfort version of that is this expense isn't absolutely necessary and we could wait. So you have to learn to tell the difference here. You have to address legitimate concerns, but dismiss the comfort zone negotiating, right? The voice in your head that's constantly advocating for the easier path, it's not trying to protect you from actual danger. It's just trying to protect you from the temporary discomfort that leads to growth. You know, every time you engage with its arguments, you're strengthening the part of your brain that wants to keep you exactly where you are. Yeah. Every time you dismiss it and act anyway, you're just building the part that's willing to do what it takes to get to where you want to go. Right? What commitment, for example, has people here been negotiating with yourselves about? What's a conversation you keep having that doesn't need to happen? I'm curious because there's got to be everybody has to have an answer for this one because everybody does this internal debate monologue.
With the way my mindset kind of is, my internal voice kind of shames me. Like if I'm like, man, I'm kind of too tired to go to the gym. It's like, yeah, but then you'll be fat. I'm like, fine.
That's a good one to have. Then it works.
I don't know if like this is just me or like young people, but whenever I'm doing something, like it's kind of like what he just said, but I'll call myself like, a bitch if I can't do something like, oh, one more push up or, you're this, one more push up, one more this, one more that, or it's your mom's gonna die, this gonna happen, all this.
hmm
Like,
But there has to be something bigger decisions, things that have scared you that you've shied away from, or where you've talked yourself. Every single person here has talked themselves out of something at least once. That's the stuff where this voice wins. Yeah, giving it an extra gear on your last rep, or those little challenges to yourself. That's fine. But there are things in life, specific things that have made you negotiate with yourself out of fear, out of thinking you might look stupid or lack of experience, something. Everybody has those moments. Those are the ones that I'm talking about.
Well, mine is typically like for kind of like bigger decisions like that. For me, it's the more of the comfortability. Like, but you're in a comfortable spot right now. Why would you fuck it up? How do you
Mm.
know you're not going to make the wrong decision? And then it's like, well, It's either I keep doing the same thing for the rest of my life or I try to actively improve my life. And it's like, but you're comfortable. You're making money. You're making
Mm,
good money. Why would you change that? And it's like, because I need change. I can't be march timing in the same spot for the rest of my life. I need to improve. I need to go somewhere else. I need to do something.
hmm Yeah.
And that's how it is right now with what tech. Like right now, I'm kind of facing that with trucking because I make good money, but at the same time, I know in the future this is probably going to be a loss to AI and automated trucks. And my mind's like, but you're good for now. And I'm like, but I won't be good for now forever. I
hmm
need to do something different where I can make money. And it's like, well, yeah, but for right now, you're good. I'm like, but I'll still be good in like 4 years. I'll just be off even better. I don't have to worry about losing my job. So it's a struggle I'm trying to deal with right now, trying to figure out which way is the best way to go for my next step in life.
That's good. Yeah. You have a fear that's pushing you forward. That's good.
Well, it's because I kind of like grew up not like super poor, but not like Section 8 poor, but like kind of like lower middle class
Mm,
for it. And then I got out of the Marine Corps and I did it without a plan. And then I was kind of struggling. And then I was a mover and I was like, well, this is comfortable because my buddy is my boss. But then I'm like, but this isn't good enough money. So then I need to change. And
mm.
change is always uncomfortable, but you have to make that step to go towards that change. And that's the hard part. And the hard part is like, well, what if it doesn't work out? And it's like, well, there's a lot of things that don't work out, but you've got to move somewhere. You've got to take that step.
Yeah. I've had similar things that helped me push forward too. Just the fear of stagnation or losing even what I have in time. And so that propelled me forward into making that choice that I put off because of similar conversations in my own head. It's okay. You're doing fine for now. Look, everything's good. You could deal with it tomorrow, right? It's the tomorrow problem. Everybody's got that in their head. Tomorrow, I'll deal with this tomorrow. I'll deal with this tomorrow. Next week, next week, next week. It starts next week, a couple days from now. Right? You're constantly putting the thing off that you're supposed to be doing. And then there's like an override that happens when, let's just say, for you as a trucker, you're going to get some news about AI, powered trucks now that are self-driving, fully autonomous across all 50 states, or I should say the lower 48. And now you're going to be like, oh shit, right? So that instant fear overrides the I need to do something tomorrow is I need to do something today, right now. Yeah. It just
I
sucks
guess for
'cause
me, it could be
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, actually.
I guess for me, it could be doing something like new. For an example, like it took me, it took me probably 2 months before I finally started to start going back to the gym consistently, start eating right again. And then like when y'all learning about when you're teaching like the AI stuff, you know, I'll be telling myself, or I guess the voice, I'll be telling myself, oh, you just can't afford that right now. Probably wait a little bit longer, you know, because you're trying to save as much money as possible, do this while you know just trying stuff new that could benefit my life. Just telling myself, probably shouldn't do that, it could strain your budget, all well, not strain your budget, but it's just not absolutely necessary,
Mm,
when you could find other ways that might be more cheap. So I guess money is the main thing for me. Yeah, I did struggle with the gym, but like once I get back in, it's not like it's a problem for me to keep going once I get back in. The biggest
mm,
problem for me is starting. It's not staying consistent. So but I would say money is probably the thing I've struggled with my entire life because like when I was a kid, my mom was a single mom in Section 8 with twins for a little bit until my dad came along. But even then with him, always was straining on money. Like you can't get this because we won't be able to get this. Is either, you know what I'm saying? Like in your videos when you say you have to choose between, body soap or food or whatever.
mm.
So now that I actually have money, I still kind of have the same mindset. And it's like I just don't be trying to spend it on stuff that could possibly make my life better because I just be telling myself it won't, instead of
Is
trying.
is it an actual money constraint? Like, is the $20 make or break, or do you spend like $20 at McDonald's or some fast food or some shit within the week? Like, could you
Well,
really get the 20 together for the month?
yeah, the money it's not a money constraint at all. Like
There you go.
it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so right. I'm at the point now where I think I told you the other day that I got out my apartment, paid off a whole bunch of my car, credit card, all that. So I'm
Mhm.
saving 1,500 a month. And I'm just
Oh
telling myself
yeah.
like I'm trying to save as much as possible to move.
Mhm.
But it's like, well, maybe spending a little money here and there on something that could possibly make me some income or make my life, improve my life might be worth it. But I always tell myself, oh no, you don't want to spend that money. I don't go out and spend money on food or stuff. So it's not like I'm replacing that money. It's just
Mhm.
I'm telling myself like you shouldn't even spend that money at all. Like every time I do spend some money, I like get mad at myself. Even if it's just on a bill, I'd be like, dang man, probably could have got a bill somewhat cheaper or something.
Yeah, the cost cutting thing, that's good. Look, you paid off your debt, whatever, all that shit, and you're in a good position financially to be able to save 1,500. That's great, actually. But there's a limit to that shit where it's now actively working against you in the sense of like, let's just say you're doing a ton of shit with video generation AI, a ton of shit where you're doing a lot of editing, a lot of stuff on YouTube, competitor research, deep researching for scripts, events happening in the world, forging. Really, you're your own like one man army on YouTube. And it's like under all those conditions, it's like the AI Ultra plan for you would make sense, right? And it's like, okay, let's just say, for example, it's 250 a month. And that's a 250 is big, right? It's not a joke, 250. But if you went balls to the wall on content production and you started leveraging these tools to make your videos better, to do real research on competitors, to see what's working for them, to devise an actual game plan to grow your channel. Like you put real effort into what you're doing and not dicking around here and there. That's when the 250 makes sense. So that's what I'm saying. When you're ready to go dive in fully, don't feel bad about spending some money because it's not spending, it's investing. Spending is like you bought a pair of shoes. That's spending. You spent your money on something that depreciates and eventually is useless that would need to get replaced. Shoes are a great example of that. Spending for a subscription plan, which actively goes towards your workflow and helps you ideate, create new videos, right? Spawn new channels, ideas, scripts, image generation for thumbnails, all that shit. All that shit has a price on it, opportunity cost that you have to calculate. Does that far exceed what you're paying in say 250? Right? If it's helping you double your production, if it's helping you with B-roll, if it's helping making thumbnails that get more click-through rate, if it's helping you write better, sound better on camera, all this shit. Think about what it could do. It could do fucking almost anything for you. Is that worth the 250? The answer for a lot of people in your position and my position and people that use tools like this daily, right, to actually help them with business, it's way worth what they're asking right now. I mean, for example, Charles was asking how good are they with accounting? Dude, you go to an accountant, you're paying thousands of dollars. Like my accountant to just meet him was $700 for my old business. So this thing costs $300 a month is Grok, and I can feed it all the documents, all my spreadsheets, everything, and have it spit out what I need to file my taxes and just double check that shit. And that's it. I'm ready to rock. It didn't cost me $700 just to meet the fucking guy, plus, extra addendum fees for filing this form and that other shit. And he'll get back to me in like 3 days when his assistant finishes the fucking documents because he's not himself doing anything.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where the value is. So you have to think in terms of that. Is it spending or investing? Those are two different categories. And then you just have to make a separate calculation for your investments. Are they paying dividends? Like, what's the return on this investment that you're going to get? That's how you have to structure your thinking, because I'll blow through money, no problem, if I see it as an investment and truly it's opening up a door for me. So that's why I paid for these plans. That's why, I hired the editors for the second channel, by the way, which is doing great. So I'll update you guys on that just to see. So with the $100 editor, the views on that, it's 300 subs, and that video got, what is the update? 47,000 views, trending to 50,000. It's already got 5,000 watch hours. That was one video. So this channel is going to get monetized for sure.
What did that
$100
process
investment.
look like?
Huh?
I didn't get into the community until I think like a few weeks after you had started that, or not weeks,
That was
but
the Faceless channel. That was the Faceless video that's pinned. It literally cost 11 labs, which is I think $20 a month. I used Claude to help with the, what you saw, the deep research, the writing out the script, and then I fed it into 11 labs. And so you could technically say you could get Claude, the $20 one, 11 labs, $20, and then $100 for the editor on Fiverr. And that's it. That's it.
You gotta where do you find like your where do you do the video generation, or does the editor do all that?
Editor can do all that. You can tell them you need a thumbnail too. Yeah, the editor does all the editing, all the B-roll and all that shit that you need. They do that for the $100.
So I just make the script and the voiceover, and then they do all the content part.
Yep. Everything. The transitions, the smoothest fuck intros, the whatever it is that you need, they'll do that for $100. No problemo. And you have free revisions with
Interesting.
them. And you can go like, hey, bro, I didn't like this, do that. They'll offer at least 1 or 2 free revisions. And, just go, hey, I didn't like this. Can you change that? Hey, this was misspelled here. Change that. Hey, can we, have a general outline of what you want already. Be very specific because, again, this is all where communication comes through. But yeah, they do everything. So I just gave them my script completed and I was like, hey, I want an intro to look like this, the first 30 seconds. Here's my script. Here's some music I found. Put it all together and make it, interesting. 'Cause the B-roll itself
Yeah.
is irrelevant. As long as it's decent, as long as it's like, great quality B-roll. It's not some dog shit. If it looks decent, then whatever the images that are strewn across the screen doesn't really matter. You mention Trump, show Trump. You mention lakes, show a lake. A TV, show a TV. Social media, show apps. Blah 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 blah. Right? Just keep it so it sort of matches what you're talking about, and you're good. 'Cause no one remembers that. What they really remember is like a great script with a lot of emotion and a topic that's relevant. And then just have an editor piece the rest together, do the heavy lifting, and then you go start doing research again for the next topic. Boom, keep going, keep going. With the 1,500 that you're saving, it's I could tell you right now, if you did this process and found an editor that you liked on Fiverr, dude, you could be easily for let's just say what, $20 Claude, $40 total with 11 labs, and maybe another $20 with Envato to get the rights to the good music. So say 20, 40, $60 a month in subscriptions there. And $160. Okay. So your first video would be out at the cost of $160. And then you could do something like 1 video a week to start, more than enough. So that means 4 videos in an entire month. So just say $400. So $400 plus the 20, 40, 60 in subscription. $460, you could have a YouTube channel with 4 high quality videos. And if you do well on the voice and the script, the editor will take care of the rest. And like me on the first 4 videos, one of them you will know for sure if what you're doing is correct. Yeah. But
So
you have to get out of that place in your brain that goes, oh fuck, dude, that's a lot of money. What if it doesn't work?
yeah, that's literally what my brain is telling me right now.
Exactly. You're negotiating with yourself. That's exactly what we just talked about. There it is.
I know that. That's why I bring it up. So
Yeah.
I'm not finna sit here and lie to you. I mean,
Yeah.